Well, it looks like Xbox is going to release another boring, ugly, boring slop. There's nothing good to look forward to when it comes to the Xbox brand. Nobody's buying the consoles. Nobody's buying Game Pass. They keep having failure after failure after failure, like Redfall and Starfield. The upcoming Fable game looks like ugly garbage. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you have already heard about South of Midnight. It's a boring, ugly stop-motion animation type of game with terrible combat, boring, bland main character, and is written by Sweet Baby Inc., which means it's going to be a terrible written game with a bunch of obnoxious in-your-face politics. And now we have the biggest Xbox meat writer on the planet calling you racist if you don't like this game. And you probably heard of this loser named Colteastwood. Every day this man is slobbing and globbing on the knob of Xbox and Microsoft. Literally the biggest fanboy for the brand on the website. And now he's calling people racist for not liking the trash South of Midnight game. And we're gonna look at that tweet that he posted. But before we get into it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to push this video out in the YouTube algorithm. And here's that tweet from Colteastwood. It says, South of Midnight previews are overwhelmingly positive or optimistic, but the replies from people that haven't played the game are either dismissive, negative, or outright racist. How fun. First of all, a lot of previews are overwhelmingly positive because they're bought and paid for. Games journalists are literally paid to say the game is good. Every developer, publisher does this. All these big companies literally pay off people to say the game is good instead of making a good game. That's one of the many reasons why gaming journalism is a joke. They shill out for companies, they hate gamers, they disrespect gamers, and they don't know what gamers want, and they don't represent the gaming community. Nobody takes games journalism seriously. So I don't give a fuck about what any of these websites think. IGN, Kotaku, The Gamer, PC Gamer, they're all just whores. So whatever they say is positive, I'm not taking seriously. Second of all, the game looks like shit. It's boring, it's ugly, it has terrible gameplay. The character looks bland, generic, and boring. The stop motion animation looks stupid. I don't want stop motion in gaming. I don't like that. I'm not interested in buying a game that moves at like 12 frames per second. How is that appealing to gamers? A game that moves at 12-15 frames. 60 FPS is the bare minimum. That's what I want to see from any game. I'm on PC, so I play at a way higher FPS than 60, but some of these console games can't even reach 60 on the PS5 or the Xbox Series X. It's a stupid fucking concept. And now you're calling people racist for not liking the game just because it has a black female protagonist, when people can clearly see that a bunch of game developers are spamming this. It's obvious, and normies can obviously see that every other AAA game has some diverse female protagonists. It's annoying. How many gamers are black women? Like 1-2%? And you're pandering to them versus the rest of the gaming community? Fucking stupid. And on top of that, why don't you mention the actual racism at the company? Because the community manager hates white people and Asians and gamers. I'm showing a bunch of tweets on the screen. Here's the community manager. Her name is Katie, and her first tweet says Asian and white, aka white adjacent. When someone says that term, aka white adjacent, what they mean to say is that they think it's okay to be racist towards Asian people because they think Asians and white people are the same. And a lot of Asians got discriminated against when it comes to affirmative action in colleges. And the second tweet I am showing you, it says, honestly, I hate gamers. Why do you work at a video game company if you hate gamers? This is their community manager. She hates gamers, she's racist towards Asian and white people, but she's working at a fucking video game company, and this fucking fanboy Colteastwood, the biggest meat writer for Xbox, is calling people who don't like the game racist when they have an actual fucking racist who works at the company. But he's not going to mention that. Why? Because he wants to continue to meat ride for the Xbox brand. He wants to continue to get free copies of every Xbox published game. He wants all the controllers, all the fucking merchandise. He wants interviews with executives. His pinned tweet on his Twitter account is literally him taking pictures with executives at the company. Literally, he's telling you that he is a shill. Why do people take fanboys seriously? Maybe they don't. I don't know. This is just a pathetic joke to me. This brand is dying, and you meat riding for the brand is not going to save the Xbox brand. And that's why nobody should trust any fucking shills, because they are bought and paid for. Your opinions are fake, and you're mad at people for giving an honest opinion of the game South of Midnight, telling you the game looks like shit, telling you that the character looks like shit, telling you that the gameplay looks like shit, and you want to just call that racist because you want to continue to get on your knees for the Microsoft cock. And people in the replies of your tweet is calling you out, like this one here. Oh god, here we go. Game is going to be mid at best, and then use the race card as deflection from criticism. And he responded to that by saying this: obviously you don't understand how the phrase at best works. What do you mean? Do you know what it means? Because at best means it's not going to go above that. So mid will probably be like a 5 out of 10. It's not going to be more than a 5 out of 10, and that's what he's saying. insane. And apparently this man has also shilled for terrible games like Redfall. You guys remember Redfall? You probably don't, because it came out, nobody talked about it. It was buggy, broken, and ugly and trash. And that game was an instant failure. And the company actually got laid off or got a bunch of layoffs. I don't exactly remember, but that game was shit. And this man was actually shilling for that game hard. And that's what this reply is saying here. It says, never watched your content before. Open your YouTube channel. See that you seem to have a big Xbox bias. Do a quick Redfall research. Watch the video. Yeah, you have no credibility. When you stop sucking publisher dick with good reviews, people may start to trust you. And there's an image attached to the tweet that says, I seriously didn't even get to scratch the surface of this game and I cannot wait to build my character. You're the only one that was excited to play that terrible game from Microsoft. It was a huge, massive failure. The game didn't even fucking work at launch, so how did you even play it? But of course, every single time race gets mentioned in the conversation, we gotta have some black person calling more people racist and saying they are not shocked. And this next reply actually comes from someone that I believe works at Microsoft, because every single time I see Phil Spencer doing an interview, Phil Spencer has this man named Paris by his side. Paris guy is with him. And he said this, racist comments? I am shocked. Not really. The internet is filled with anonymous avatars that will probably show off their hate and racism over a video game that has a black protagonist who is also a woman and features the American South. It's the triple crown of hate. South of Midnight is fantastic. Be excited and ignore the ignorance. Shut the fuck up. You're bought and paid for by the company Microsoft. Shut up. The game is not fantastic. The game looks like shit. I shown a little bit other footage earlier in the video and it doesn't look interesting at all. It's not fantastic. And every time somebody claims, oh, there's a bunch of racism surrounding this character, show it. Where's the comments? Where's the DMs? Where's the tweets? Where's the YouTube comments? Where's this? Where's that? Where is it? Because you're constantly saying, oh, there's racism surrounding this character. There's nothing but racism, but they never show it because they're full of shit. They want to disguise every criticism as racism. Critiquing a video game that just so happens to have a black protagonist is apparently racism to these people, but they never show the actual racist comments because it does not exist. That's how you know these people are full of shit. And you shilling for the game, all of you people on Twitter, all you meat riding Xbox fanboys and Colteastwood, you shilling for the game is not going to convince people to buy the game. Developers have to make a video game that gamers are interested in. You calling gamers racist is not going to get everybody to play the fucking game. It looks like garbage. They have to make the game good in order to convince people to buy it. You can call people what you want. That's not going to change the way the game looks. And that's not going to change the fact that gamers don't want to support games made by Sweet Baby Inc. Because all they do is infect companies and make everything gay and lame. They're terrible writers that have infected games with terrible dialogue and terrible characters. And on top of that, you have a racist community manager that hates white people and Asian people. But you won't talk about that racism, right? No, you won't, because you're a fucking whore for Microsoft. So, oh well, I guess. All we have to do is just wait and see how well the South of Midnight game will do. It's coming out on April 8th, 2025. There's no hype for this game. I don't see anybody talking about it. YouTube videos that talk about it or show the game off have barely any views. There's no excitement for this game whatsoever because it doesn't look good. The people behind the game are shitty. The game looks boring. The stop motion is stupid and the gameplay looks terrible. So, oh wow, we'll just have to wait and see how well the game will sell when it comes out. So I don't have much else to say. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So all the fanboys like Colteastwood calling people racist, go fuck yourself.